What them haters talking about?
What's up, family? I want to let you know something. Everything really is bigger in Texas, including sentences, because a man is potentially going to spend the rest of his life in jail after being sentenced to 70 years in prison for spitting on police officers, allegedly. A Lubbock jury handed down the punishment on Wednesday for 36-year-old Larry Pearson, who was found guilty of 2 counts of harassment of a public servant. Prosecutors say that Larry spit at 2 Lubbock police officers who arrested him in May 2022 on domestic violence charges after a woman told cops Larry hit her in the face. Let prosecutors tell it. Larry was upset that the alleged victim was not arrested instead and started kicking at the doors inside the cop car where he was being held, and he spit at the officers when they opened the door. Prosecutors claim the spitting didn't end there. They say that Larry kept hawking loogies upon arrival at the Lubbock County Detention Center. During closing arguments, prosecutor Jessica Gorman asked the jury to consider a sentence that would not only send a message to Larry, but to society at large. And that's how he ended up getting 70 years in prison for spitting on police officers. That don't add up. Well, this is how they made it add up. Larry also had prior convictions for family violence and aggravated robbery, and as a result, the minimum sentence the jury could impose was 25 years. 70 years for spitting on anybody is mother ridiculous. Tell me you're a racist without saying you're a racist. Y'all know what this is about, fam. It's what it's always about in the American judicial system. Race. You got a whole bunch of uncivilized mutt white folks who's running wild and loose with the laws and doing whatever they want to do to a black man. It's time to pull that prosecutor's case records. I bet it's more. I bet it's a lot more, where she's giving light sentences to people who look like her and stuck it to the black man and woman and child. I wonder what the racial makeup of the jury was. Lubbock is located about 5.5 hours northwest of Dallas, Texas. According to the census, they have 300 or over 318,000 people who live there. Out of that 318,000, 73% are white. Only 8% is black. So it's not a stretch to assume that the jury was all white. And even if it wasn't all white, it ain't hard in a small town ran by white folks to spook a black person or two, or even somebody else who ain't white, to get in line and do what them folks tell them to do. If everybody's saying, you need to come on with it, we will. Some of them like to actually vote against black people just to prove that they're on the team. Yeah, man, it's a cold game. Check out the racial makeup of the people who run the city. This is the mayor. This is the city manager. Here's your city council. This is the police chief. Now I know some of y'all saying, well, he's black, he's black. He's going to protect us. He'll look out for the blacks. No, no, no. Before you get too excited, check out the people who he's in command of. Look at how diverse the racial makeup is. Y'all see any black people? They're not listening to him. I'll bet you $1 to a donut, he's just a token. And he's going to adhere to whatever his bosses tell him to do. I guarantee you he has no control over anybody other than those who look like him. Black man don't stand a chance in Lubbock, Texas, man. Ain't no way I'd live in that backwards ass city. At the very maximum, this was a simple misdemeanor. A misdemeanor. That's what it was. Are you trying to say that the police skin is more valuable than the average citizen's skin? Because had he spit on anybody else, they wouldn't have given him 70 years. Some people try to justify, well, y'all must didn't hear the part where he had priors, where he had family violence and some robberies. That ain't no damn 70-year sentence, man. The punishment don't fit the crime. 70 years. Child molesters get probation. And I ain't talking about one that just did it once. I'm talking about the kind that has a history of it. I'm talking about serial rapists. Murderers get probation. 5 years, 10 years, 25 years maximum. 70 years. This is another one of those situations, fam, where they're trying to send a message, where they're sending a message to society, to the rest of us, the citizens, the people who pay their bills, who send their kids to college and pay for their vacations and their homes and their boats, that their lives are more important than our lives. They taxed him for spitting on a police officer. And look, that's if it even happened. I need to see some video because I don't even believe them. They can say anything, fam, right now, until I just said that most of you probably never even considered, did he really spit on a police officer? We don't even know. They lie all the time. It's a culture. The dude is no angel, obviously. He's not an angel. But damn, man, how many devils on a daily basis do they slap on the wrist? Come on, man. 70 years. I know it's some uncivilized mutts out there watching me right now saying, well, if he had family violence and he had this, well, he should get that. Good riddance. How do we even know that his domestic violence cases wasn't trumped up? Remember, they said that he was upset because the so-called victim was not being arrested. Why would he think the victim need to be arrested if he didn't feel violated by the victim? What if? I mean, I know this is a wild theory. I get it, fam. It's a wild, wild west theory. But what if? I know it don't hardly ever happen. It's probably never happened in history. It's probably never happened. But what if he's in a relationship with one of those wild childs who like to fight and call the police when things are not going her way? Use the police as a weapon to keep her man in line. When he's not behaving like she wanted him to behave, she calls the police. What if she hit him and called the police? What if? Now I know some of you are saying, well, he should have left. If it was that bad, he should have left. You're right. damn skippy. Anybody that's in an abusive relationship should get up out of there. But we know that ain't reality. People stay together who should not be together all the time. They're in toxic relationships and they somehow get through it. Sometimes they stay together 50, 60 years. They be all in their 90s just hitting each other in slow motion. They just like to fight, choking each other, ain't got no strength in their hands. just, I kill you, Alice. I kill you. And not to make fun of domestic violence victims, or make light of that. But you know what I'm saying, fam. It takes two to tango, and it's two sides to every story. Some might say three. His side, her side, and the truth. I don't trust Lubbock police officers, just like I don't trust any police officers in the United States of America. I don't trust no police department. I'll take that back. I do trust some police officers, but I don't trust the departments they work for, because the departments they work for is part of a wicked system. And that system's number one target is the black man. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?